And we are back. Your latest Carson's Take 5. Ryan and Sonu. Sonu, you're in California. We'll get there in a second. Your arm's probably getting heavy holding your phone. The big question we keep hearing is AI coming for your job? Now, before we answer it, Sonu, where are you?
I'm in Palm Springs, and as it turns out, there are a lot of palm trees here. Well, I don't know if you can see palm trees. There you go, a few palm trees. But some cacti behind me, snow-capped mountains as well. But it's a little cool here, so it's unexpectly cool here in Palm Springs.
Understood. We'll try to get this done, but get this done quickly. You can go warm up a little. But listen, this is something you and I hear often, and it's in the media where AI is coming. I mean, what have we seen with just AI recently? Just a couple weeks ago, we talked about the technology stocks, the SaaS stocks, which have been down a ton on worries over AI. In our world of financial services, just last week, there's some worries about this new AI tax strategy, and it hit some of those names. We actually saw trucking stocks last week, Sonu, drop like 6% in one day over logistics worries with AI. So you're hearing all this stuff. The stock market, literally the time you and I are doing this, we're flirting with all-time highs. So listen, the market's taking it in stride. It's just certain areas are getting hit. How worried should we be, though? Are we all going to lose our jobs to an AI chatbot someday?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to predict the future, but that's something I've never quite bought into, that AI is going to take our jobs away, right? Because, what does AI need? AI needs a lot of infrastructure spending, right? What do you need for infrastructure spending and data centers and things like that? You need money. Where does the money come from? Where does the money for all that capital expenditures come from? From, revenue and profits and things like that. Well, where does that come from? That comes from people spending, right? And if people don't have jobs, if they're not earning money, how do people spend money on this stuff? But even looking at the recent data, over the last year when the unemployment rate was going up, a year ago, it was 4%. It went up to 4.6%. And that's when we heard a lot of calls, maybe this is AI. Hey, guess what? Over the last 2 months, the unemployment rate has come down from 4.6 to 4.3%. So I think what happened was we had a lot of economic uncertainty in the middle of the year because of tariffs and things like that. Companies pulled back from hiring. Thankfully, there weren't a lot of layoffs. And then now hiring is maybe picking up a little bit. Over the last 3 months, payroll growth has averaged about 70,000 jobs. Just in January, it was up 130,000 jobs. That's how many jobs the economy created in January. Now that could be revised down. That's why I like looking at the 3-month average. That's not bad. I think hiring is picking up a little bit here, even as we continue to have really low layoffs.
Yeah, and when we peel back the onion, we actually saw increase in jobs in construction, in manufacturing. I mean, some of the areas that you think of the economy was truly falling off a ledge, we wouldn't see. And to put this in context, that January number of 130,000 jobs was the highest number in like 13 months. Okay, so I mean, I'm not bragging, but we just know how weak the labor market was last year in 2025. But at the end of the year, now this is 3 months in a row. The third time's a charm. We've seen positive job growth 3 months in a row. It's crazy because, listen, we've seen like years of positive job growth. But you know what? We are kind of optimistic about 3 in a row because we hadn't seen that in a long time. What else? Talk to me about the participation rate. I know this is something you've pushed back on. What do you see there?
One knock against the unemployment rate is it doesn't count people who are discouraged and things like that, right? Because the unemployment rate considers you're unemployed only if you're actively looking for work. What if someone's discouraged and they're not looking for work? Then they're not counted. That's a knock against the unemployment rate. But hey, that's why we can look at something called the employment population ratio. It's much more straightforward. How many people are working as a percent of the population? So, and let's look at that number for prime-aged workers, right? Workers from between 25 and 54 years of age. That is right now at 80.9%. That is the highest we've seen at any point over the last 25 years. Since 2021, right? What that tells you essentially is more people are working now, more prime-aged workers are working now as a percent of the population than they did at any point between 2001 and 2025, right? That is incredible. And if AI was taking jobs, we wouldn't see that ratio be where it is right now, right? And then you think about, maybe AI is coming for younger workers. Okay, a year ago, the unemployment rate for 16 to 20-year-olds was about 12% or so. That went up to 16%. by the
Right.
fall. But over the last few months, Ryan, that's come down to about 13.5%. And then you think, okay, wait, 16 to 20-year-olds, maybe, they work really low service sector jobs. AI is not coming for somebody who's serving ice cream at Baskin Robbins. That cannot be, right? What about 20 to 24-year-olds? College year age, people coming out of college, right? Maybe they're having a harder time finding work. That was the case. The unemployment rate a year
Mhm.
ago for 20 to 24-year-olds was about 8%. By the fall, it went up to 9.2%. Okay. That's when we got a lot of commentary around, oh, AI is coming for college age, workers, right? People just coming out of college. Well, over the last 2-3 months, the unemployment rate has gone down to 7% for that group, 20 to 24-year-olds.
Hmm.
It's lower than where it was a year ago. That's why I find it a little hard to believe that AI is, taking away jobs right now. And like I said at the top, I'm a little skeptical that it's going to take away jobs in the future. On net, it could replace certain type of jobs. But I think, look, if you're a more productive society, that's going to create opportunities elsewhere.
Well, and that's the way to look at this. We've seen throughout history major disruptions. And just like people thought Excel was going to get rid of accountants. I mean, go back and look. That's what Excel is going to get rid of all the accountants. Are there more accountants now than ever? I mean, yes. And it gives them, it's just more tools, make them powerful. I've half joked for years now. If you're an umpire, I'd be worried. I think we can use AI to call balls and strikes, I'll be honest. But again, there's a lot of other things that AI, I mean, just what you and I use in different companies. I mean, Carson is leading the forefront in financial services, leveraging a lot of this new technology, again, to make us that much more efficient, to help all of you listening to this and to help our financial advisors. But we could go all day on this. We understand these are the concerns and worries you hear. We are not ignoring them. There are some potential cracks out there, but the labor market seems to be improving. We're optimistic in 2026. We're going to have a better labor market. And as of now, it doesn't look like we're going to Terminator or Terminator 2 with the robots coming, taking all our jobs. We got to fight back. We are not there right now. So everyone, this was your latest Carson's Take 5. Sonu, enjoy California and don't worry about AI just yet. We'll see everybody next week. Take care. Thank you.